All right, Lakeland, and we're back. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, and this is our March 18th address. Some just takeaways. Number one, the first thing I want to do is thank everybody for the amount of support that this YouTube page has gotten. I am now officially what they call, quote unquote, an influencer. I'm not exactly sure who David Dobrik is, but he sent me a DM today, so I'm kind of a big deal at this point. In all seriousness, I'm just really trying to keep our community together during this time. These messages really come with some information coupled, hopefully, with some humor along the way. I've gotten a lot of tips. The first one, Miss Kunzel told me to turn my phone sideways so I get a little bit of a better angle. Both Murph and Curry helped me with my angles and talked to me about something called the golden hour. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but they said I should film at a different time because it'll make me look a little bit, less bad. Mr. McCartney told me not to speak with my hands so much and to stop banging on the table because it causes a little bit of vibration. Just so you guys are aware, I don't really have an office. I have two small kids. One is in kindergarten, the other one's 2. So this is a playroom. If I turn the camera around, this is exactly what the Novak playroom looks like right now. It's also a laundry room, and currently you can't really see it, but this is propped up on some giant Lego blocks. So that's where I'm at. Miss Ozdemir asked me why I look away so often. She actually asked me if my house was haunted. I didn't think originally it was, and now it's the only thing that I can actually think about. No, I don't think my house is haunted. I'm actually looking down at my notes. I'm not as good as I should be at this. Just to kind of communicate our information. Number one, Thursday, March 19th, tomorrow is a B-Day. You should be working on your B-Day work tomorrow. Number two, if you're confused about anything, again, my contact information is out there. That primarily was for your parents, but I am getting phone calls and some texts. Please don't text me. It's weird. From primarily for your parents. But if you have any questions, when it comes to your classwork, I'm not necessarily a person to reach out to when it comes to your classwork. Reach out to your teachers. I know that they're responsive. Your school counselors, child study team members, everybody's been great during this whole thing. So if you're confused, again, number two, please reach out to your teachers. Number three, a lot of teachers are now kind of getting the hang of this. We're all kind of getting the hang of this. They're implementing some cool and innovative initiatives like Google Hangout, podcasting, shout out to Mr. Eric White, and some other check-ins for extra credit at certain times during the day. Listen, I hope you realize how much your teachers care about you, how much we care about you. We all care about you during this time, and the whole reason we're doing this is to try to, this whole YouTube page is to try to have, a little bit of an interactive face on everything. Number four, please make sure you are checking your Lakeland email addresses often. Remember, the way that we're maintaining attendance is logging into your email during that day from 12:01 to 11:59, logging into teacher pages, and logging into Google Classroom. We have the ability to track all three. Again, we're not taking period attendance, we're taking daily attendance. It is a long and cumbersome report. The tech guy sent me the first PDF today. It was over 100 pages. So it's a lot to look through. Just know that as long as you're logging in at least once a day, now we can track how long you're online, but at least once a day to either your email, either your teacher page, or Google Classroom. That's how we are counting attendance. It's our recommendation you follow your normal class schedule, but ultimately we want to try to give our community as much flexibility as possible in order to, make this as doable for everybody. I think that hopefully clears up the attendance component. When it comes to attendance, the state has really relaxed a number of their initiatives. So just make sure you're doing everything that you have to do. Number five, it's a hot button topic right now. Right now, as a district, we're closed until Friday, March 27th. Obviously, the governor gave a state of address the other day, and he said that school districts are closed for a minimum of 2 weeks, which would be our 2 weeks. Unfortunately, it could be an amount of time a little bit longer than that right now. Mr. Beatty sent an address to our faculty and our staff today. We haven't gotten a directive from the Department of Health or anybody else. We're anticipating being closed right now, as of today, until Friday, March 27th. We're going to reassess the situation on Monday. Myself and Mr. Beatty were meeting together face to face, 6 feet apart, but face to face. And, once we reassess the situation, we communicate if there are any changes. Obviously, you'll be the first people to know. So, just hang tight on that. Last point today, I said I was going to keep it short, but I can't. It's just not my nature. Number 6, yesterday I spoke about adversity, and I talked about how adversity introduces a person to themselves. My challenge today is this. Pick up the phone, call someone, FaceTime someone, or text someone you haven't spoken to, or somebody you speak to often. Doesn't really matter who it is. It could be your parents, could be a friend, could be grandma, grandpa, could be anybody. My grandmother is still with us. She lives in Florida. She called me yesterday, and it meant the world to me just to kind of check in. And just let them know that you care about them. And it might sound, a little bit corny, but science actually proves that this kind of activity will increase your mental well-being just as much as somebody else's. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to send the link and my address to you guys, but soulpancake.com has a great video. It's called The Science of Happiness, and you guys should spend a little bit of time and watch it today. And then finally, last but not least, I'll leave you with this. Subscribe to our YouTube page. That's how you're getting me, if for better or for worse. Here's the information that we're giving out at this time. Remember, tomorrow, going back to my notes, my house is not haunted. Thursday, I hope not. Thursday, March 19th, it's a B-Day. Work on your B-Day work. Stay healthy, stay safe. We'll see you, Lancers.